A report about water levels in the Surat Basin post-CSG extraction shows some aquifers could fall by more than a metre. 4 coal seam gas companies are now operating in the area and the industry's tipped to boom. The report will be the basis for new legislation to protect water, but it doesn't address issues like the effect on water quality. And that means the issue is far from resolved, as Kathy McLeish reports.
Over the last few years, landholders have been calling on governments to protect precious groundwater and slow the growth of CSG extraction until science proves it's safe and there are proper regulations in place.
When the coal seam gas industry came on board and talked about extracting 300,000 megalitres of more of water from the groundwater from the Great Artesian Basin, it raised a lot of concerns about the security of existing entitlement.
Currently on our place at the moment we have 20 wells. You can actually integrate coal seam gas with cropping, with grazing, and I believe we've done that successfully. It hasn't been easy, I'll definitely say it hasn't been easy.
Coal seam gas, or CSG companies, say they've learned to engage more effectively with landholders and understand the value of transparency.
Transparency of our actions are very important to us. Last year we issued the Santos GLNG water portal where we integrated all of our water monitoring for the past 10 years over 100 locations, and that's available on the internet for anybody to look at. If our operations do have any impact, then we will certainly make good.
Landholders agree industry engagement has improved, but aren't happy with the public relations war.
It takes up less space than half a basketball court.
It's half correct. They need an area 4 or 5 times that to drill the well, and they need to come back on a regular basis to work over the well. If the companies put the money into understanding what the community's concerns are, rather than putting ads on TV, would actually gain them a lot of respect from the landholders.
Farmers say all they want are facts. And this week, the Queensland Water Commission provided some.
The first area is the extraction of water and what it does to water levels, water pressures.
Within the report you will see that there are monitoring strategies for water and for spring management, and there are obligations on the petroleum tenure holders.
Keeping aquifers safe during coal seam gas extraction has been a point of conflict between mining companies and landholders. This report brings together all the science that's available, and for the first time the current and predicted impact of CSG mining on underground water levels in the Surat Basin will be clearly seen by the government, landholders and mining companies. And it will lead to legislation that gives the Water Commission the power to nominate one company to monitor and protect underground water levels at each CSG location.
I think it's very important to actually give people greater confidence that the independent scientific work is being done, and then that people will act upon those scientific recommendations.
It will create an expectation on the tenure holder that we understand what our obligations are. They will be clearly articulated, and it allows us to then plan ahead and get on with installing the monitoring bores that we need to install, and to be proactive about understanding those impacts and providing the data to the community.
There is now some more common ground, but as always in complex matters, it's never black and white.
It's good to have the report out. We've been waiting for it. It is going to give people some confidence whether they're in or out of a at-risk area. We're nervous about where we stand long term because models are only so good. There's only so much they can predict. I mean, they're not completely the answer. It's to give a basic understanding. So we're really concerned about how good the model is and whether there are long-term impacts that we don't understand yet.
What people should take certainty from is that there is a robust process in place. It will be corrected and calibrated and recalibrated where we have improvements in data, which we fully expect and hope to get.
Kathy McLeish with that report.